spectator here was easily the hurricane game, the homecoming game this year, in the rain, the pouring thunderstorm. That was fun.
Our friend Joey, he performed Carnival, like a parody of Carnival, and it was just really great because he was singing, the lights were down low, people had like their phone lights on, waving it, and it was a great time.
After prom in the right state, they had like this like spinning like obstacle course, and like holy, that got me like it hit me every time, bro. I couldn't even lie.
The countless nights of studying for like AP stats for no reason.
Bro, we did not study.
Yeah, we did not study.
1 hour of studying led to 5 hours.
Yeah, it'd be like a 30-minute assignment, and we spent like 3 hours.
We kept on playing Brawl Stars.
I really liked meeting an exchange student that was a student here. We became really good friends, and it was just really fun hanging out with her.
My favorite memory was freshman year. We all brought stuff and made cookie dough during our 30-minute lunch.
Sorry, to have 2 Eggo chocolate chip waffles, powdered sugar on it, syrup, and then a chocolate milk. What could go wrong? You want to explain, Natalie?
Basically, when you're in like 90-degree heats, running around, you're like, oh, I'm chilling. And then you're running around, and all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I don't feel too good, and you throw up mid-performance.
I'm most excited for senior sunrise in a few weeks because it'll be a chance to say goodbye to people that we might not see for the rest of our lives.
It feels like we are just in kindergarten.
Backpacks bigger than our bodies.
Crayons. Recess.
We didn't know it then.
But those were the first steps.
We've grown up in these halls.
Every test.
Every game.
Every awkward moment.
Somewhere along the way.
We found our people.
There are good days and hard days.
Wins.
Losses.
Laughs that made our stomach hurt.
We learned a lot.
Not just in class.
But in life.
This year, we went all in.
One last time.
Late nights.
Big moments.
And memories we'll talk about for the rest of our lives.
To the teachers who believed in us.
Thank you.
To our families.
We hope we've made you proud.
To each other.
This journey wouldn't be the same without you.
We'll always remember where we came from.
This is us.
Signing off.
Beavercreek.
Class of 2025.
We made it.
Graduates and guests, please rise at this time for the presentation of colors by the Beavercreek High School Junior ROTC and the singing of our national anthem by the Beavercreek High School Women's Choir. Please remain standing until the colors have left the arena. You may be seated. Good morning. My name is Dale Wren, and welcome to the 2025 Beavercreek High School graduation ceremony. At this time, I would like to recognize three groups of people. Seated behind me on the stage are members of our district administrative team, our school board, and administration from our partner schools. Please stand as I call your name and hold applause till each of the three groups have been recognized. Paul Otten, Superintendent. Dr. Bobby Fiore, Assistant Superintendent. Joy Kitzmiller, Treasurer. Darren Schwederman, Director of Human Resources. Mike Schumann, Director of Technology. Tyler Alexander, Business Manager. Members of our Board of Education, Joanne Regano, President. Krista Hunt, Vice President. Jean Taylor, Member at Large. Denny Morrison, Member at Large. And Dr. Carl Fisher IV, Member at Large. Beavercreek High School Administration, Laura Bailey, Assistant Principal, Beavercreek High School. Jason Scott, Assistant Principal, Beavercreek High School. Jay Reynolds, Assistant Principal, Beavercreek High School. Jamie Sweet, Principal, Ferguson Hall. Justin Cochran, Assistant Principal, Ferguson Hall. Dan Lewis, Special Education Supervisor, Beavercreek High School in Ferguson Hall. Josh Baker, Secondary Curriculum Director, and Sharma Knocklinger, Primary Curriculum Director. Representing the Greene County Career Center, Mr. Dave Deskins, Superintendent, Greene County Career Center. Elementary Administrators, Joelle Mangan, Principal, Fairbrook Elementary. Susan Peevler, Principal, Shaw Elementary. Lisa Walk, Principal, Trevine Elementary. And Mr. John Webb, Principal, Maine Elementary. Second, I would like to recognize our Beavercreek City School staff members that are present, whether they assisted leading the graduates and candidates to their seats, or they're seated amongst us in the arena. Beavercreek staff in any building or department, please stand at this time to be recognized for your hard work and dedication to the class of 2025. And last, if you are a parent, guardian, or a graduate of the graduate, or a person that has been mentored one of the graduates seated here before us, please stand at this time so we can recognize the love and commitment you have shown. It is with great pride that I present to you the Beavercreek Chorale and Women's Choir as they sing Old Irish Blessing under the direction of Mrs. Rachel Phillips.
Good morning. My name is Tyler Alexander. I am the Director of Business Services for the district. Would all of our graduates who are being recognized for their military commitment please move to the left side of the stage and line up. Today, I have the honor of recognizing those who have given so much and those students who are preparing to follow in their footsteps. These individuals are preparing to step up when our great country is in need. The commitment and dedication these young adults have made to protect and serve our country should be commended and honored. At this time, I would like to ask those currently serving or who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all that you have sacrificed for our great country. We thank each of you for providing the freedom that we enjoy every day. Class of 2025, today we will honor and recognize those students who have decided to enter the military. The students honored today communicated their commitment to serve in the armed forces in their senior survey submitted in the spring. We recognize some students may have recently decided to serve our country, and we might not be informed of this decision. If your name is not called and you have committed to serve, we ask that you reach out to our high school administration so we can provide you with the same symbol of our appreciation that our students called on stage will receive. We know this decision should be honored in all of our students who decide to serve our country. As I read each student's name and recognize them for their commitment to serve our country, I would ask the audience to please hold their applause until all students have been announced. Josiah Rodriguez, Coast Guard. Maximus Madrid, Air Force. Macy Roberts, Air Force. Peyton Weekly Roberts, Air Force. John Touche, Air Force. Wyatt Key, Air Force. Stella Zeller, Air Force. Caleb Culbertson, Air Force. Dalen Lucas, Air Force. Troy Liljeberg, Army. Grayson Arnold, Army. Eunice Galib, Marines. Logan Custer, Air Force. Isabella Jesmer, Navy. Carissa Cox, Air Force. Tristan Lewis, Navy. Andrew Robinson, Navy. Jack Fondren, Air Force. Grace Bohm, Navy. Isabella Solis, Air Force. And Mackenzie McClurkin, Air Force. Each student who was called forward has been given a flag representing the military branch they will be serving. The flag has been chosen as a small token of appreciation to the families of these students. We know you will raise it with pride in our community. Future recruits, please understand that the task ahead of you is never as great as the power behind you. Each of us in this room, the entire Beavercreek community in this country will always stand behind you and support you. Let us give these outstanding students the gratitude they deserve. One more round of applause. Graduates, you may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Beavercreek Chorale Seniors, directed by Ms. Rachel Phillips, who will perform the song For Good.
It is my pleasure to present to you the Student Council officers. Officers, would you please move to the front of the stage? Once I call your name, would you please pause at the front of the stage for a group photo, and we ask that you hold your applause until they have all come up. President Maggie Clossy. Vice President Katie Anderson. Secretary Maren Sandness. Treasurer Abigail McCarty. And Historian Kara MacDonald. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce the senior class officers. Again, before you return to your seats, please pause for a photo, and would the audience please pause with your applause until the whole group is up here. President Noah Wasgar. Vice President Layla Stadler. Secretary Lucy Cutler. Treasurer Shani Patel. And Historian Sulman Khan.
You know, I find it kind of funny. Most people like to keep photos in the back of their phones, pictures of their loved ones, but I actually keep little fortune cookie slips that I like. One of them says, "All things have an end." Now, when I first hear this, I think of life, of course, as I feel like every person over 50 will say something along the lines of, "Just blink and wait and you'll turn 40." But it made me really think of how fast high school went by. It truly does feel like 3 weeks ago we were in 6th grade trying to figure out where our lockers were and how the combination worked. It felt like about 2 weeks ago we went back to school with masks on and tried to figure out every day if we got quarantined or not. It felt like about a week ago we had to go to the real high school and navigate the never-ending hallways of BHS. I finally understand all the seniors before me talking about how fast high school went by. But I do remember every single Monday how I would wake up tired because I went to sleep too late and dreaded having to come back to school for another 5 days in a row. Monday seems to be the day that almost everyone hates the most because you are restarting your week and having to go back to school for another 5 days after being off too. But this year, I had a teacher with a different ideology. I had first period AP World with this bald-headed, middle-aged man named Mr. Ankrum. No matter what day of the week, he would be playing some music the first couple minutes and just be screaming at all of us. He would come over to every single table asking how we were, or after a couple weeks, he started asking us personal questions about our week. I did not understand how a teacher could be so energetic and positive all the time, especially on Mondays, but he was always in a good mood yelling about something. However, about once a quarter, he would hear someone say something about how they can't wait till Friday, and would go on a rant that would actually catch my attention. After hearing someone say that, he would yell at us to get us to focus on him and start a long rant. He would go on about how to, quote, "not wait your life away." I asked him later what he meant by this, and he said, "It is so easy to get caught up in waiting for the stages of life to be over. It is so easy to get caught up in waiting till summer, waiting till Friday, waiting to finish high school, but when you wait your life away, it goes by way too fast."
At first, this statement made me really reflect on every Thursday when I would hear students and teachers alike talking about how they cannot wait till Friday. Other teachers were counting down to the last day of school on their whiteboards, starting around 170 days, but when it felt like a matter of a week, 170 days turned into May 17th, where we are right now. But where did the time go? The time did not just go to watching Netflix and TikTok, but the time went by while waiting for the next thing in life to happen. When you spend a lot of your time waiting for the next thing in life to happen, life goes by much faster. We are lucky enough to experience high school with the 8th biggest student population in Ohio, where you are able to find someone who you fit in with to make the hard days easier. But when we continuously wait for the next thing, wait until the next goal, we begin to limit our happiness. But our enjoyment shouldn't be something that's conditional. We shouldn't have to wait days upon days to be excited about something. By always looking forward to the road ahead, we'll forget to look around at ourselves. We'll miss the moments in life that are occurring right now. The times in class where you actually learned something interesting. The times in class where you sat next to a friend and enjoyed each other's company. The times in class where you just had a few extra minutes to sneak in a nap. Little glimpses of our weekly lives that can be overlooked when you only wait until Friday. While the big day is important and can be exhilarating, we can find ourselves even happier on those days in between if we stop waiting, stop withholding our happiness, and start living life. Now, if you're not really paying attention during the entire speech, I understand, as I have a lot of experience being forced to listen to someone speak at 9 in the morning. So I will end off with a quote by Robert Brault that summarizes my speech pretty well. Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2025.
You are correct. That was a great job, Noah. At this time, it is with great pride I present to you the Beavercreek High School Jazz Ensemble 1 as they perform 2 Seconds to Midnight under the direction of Mr. Matt Frost. this time, it is my distinct honor to recognize those students who have achieved the highest levels of academic excellence during their time at Beavercreek High School. As we begin with the graduating class of 2022, we acknowledge these achievements through the Latin Honors System. If you are graduating cum laude, please stand at this time. These students graduated with a weighted GPA of 3.5 to 3.99. You may be seated. If you are graduating magna cum laude, please stand. These students graduated with a weighted GPA of 4.0 to 4.49. You may be seated. And finally, with those graduating summa cum laude, please stand. These students graduated with a weighted GPA of 4.5 and above. You may be seated. These students represent the pinnacle of academic achievement at Beavercreek High School. Congratulations to all of our Latin Honors graduates. Noteworthy, the class of 2025 has been offered over $8.3 million in scholarship awards to date. Congratulations to all of our graduates. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Paul Otten, Superintendent, to the podium.
Good morning, graduates, faculty, staff, and most importantly, parents and families. On behalf of the Beavercreek Board of Education, its faculty and staff, I would like to welcome you to Beavercreek High School's 2025 commencement ceremony. What an incredible sight it is to see you all gathered here today in your caps and gowns and your orange stoles, ready to cross this stage to the next chapter of your lives. Class of 2025, you sit here today beaming with pride, and rightfully so. But each year, I feel that it is critically important not to lose sight of a very special group of individuals who share this moment with you. I'd like to take a moment to direct your attention, graduates, to those seated above you. The ones who are trying desperately not to cry, and they're mostly failing at that. The ones clutching tissues and cameras, who somehow managed to take 47 nearly identical photos of you in your cap and gown this morning just to make sure they got one good one. Yes, I'm talking about your parents and your guardians. You see, while you're the ones wearing the cap and gowns today, this achievement belongs to them too. Behind every graduate sitting before me is a parent who stayed up until midnight, helping with a science project that was mentioned to them, I don't know, maybe 3 hours before it was due. There's a parent who sat at the kitchen table night after night reviewing math problems they hadn't seen in decades, pretending that they remembered how to solve them. There's parents who drove to 3 different stores at 9 p.m. because you needed poster board in a very specific shade of blue for tomorrow's meeting. Parents, do you remember the early years? The countless bedtime stories read and reread until you knew them by heart? Those little hands holding books upside down as they pretended to read along beside you? That foundation of literacy began long before kindergarten in the comfort of your arms. And as they grew, so did your mileage. How many miles have you driven to practices, games, rehearsals, and competitions? How many hours have you spent in the bleachers, auditorium, and folding chairs through rain, snow, and sweltering heat? You were there. You were their most loyal fans and their most dedicated supporters. And let's not forget the emotional support through those middle school years that none of us would voluntarily relive. The mood swings, the friend drama, the fashion choices we pretended not to remember. You weathered those storms with grace, or at least with enough patience that you didn't want to lock them in their rooms until adulthood. Parents, you've been the alarm clocks, the short order cooks, you've been tutors, therapists, you've been ATMs and Uber drivers. You've worn so many hats that today you deserve a cap and tassel of your own. And graduates, I do see some of you nodding. You know that this is true. You know that behind your accomplishments are countless sacrifices that often went unnoticed or unthanked. So before we proceed any further, I invite our graduates to stand at this time, turn to your families, and give them a round of applause that they deserve. All right, great job, guys. Thank you, parents. Now, class of 2025, I'd like to take a moment to recognize someone else who has played a pivotal role in your journey. Your principal, Mr. Wren. Mr. Wren understands what it means to be a Beavercreek Beaver better than most. He once sat where you sit now. He graduated from this very institution. He walked the same hallways that you walked, albeit I will tell you he probably dressed considerably different and he didn't have a cell phone policy to worry about. He played in our stadium, he studied in the same classrooms, and formed friendships in this community. And after his own educational journey, he chose to return to give back to the school that shaped him. For years, he led with wisdom, compassion, and unwavering commitment to your success. He has known many of your names since your freshman orientation, and even some earlier if you attended Ankeny. He has celebrated your victories and supported you through challenges. As Mr. Wren prepares to leave the principalship of Beavercreek High School and transition to our central office next year, I want you to know that his impact on Beavercreek High School will remain long after he walks out the doors of BHS. His leadership has become part of the very foundation of this institution, and the culture of excellence he has fostered will continue to thrive. Mr. Wren, will you please stand so that you can be recognized and acknowledged for your dedication and service. Class of 2025, as you prepare to leave Beavercreek High School behind, I'd like to share a story that I hope will resonate with you for years to come. I have to be honest with you, I love stories because they provide context for how we can and should view life. So there once was a young eagle who was raised among chickens. Having never seen another eagle, he believed himself to be a chicken. He pecked at the ground for food and never attempted to fly other than just a few feet above the ground. One day, an older eagle spotted him from high above and swooped down to investigate. "What are you doing there acting like a chicken?" the eagle asked. "I'm a chicken," the young eagle replied. The older eagle shook his head. "No, you are an eagle. You were born to soar high above the mountains, to ride the winds, to see the world from heights these chickens cannot imagine." But the young eagle, comfortable in his familiar surroundings, was afraid to try. Finally, the older eagle convinced him to climb to the top of a nearby hill. From there, with great trepidation, the young eagle spread his wings, wings that he had never fully extended before. And for a moment, he dropped, and fear seized his heart, but then instinct took over. His powerful wings caught the air, and suddenly he was flying, truly flying, for the first time in his life. In that moment, he realized who he really was, and the vastness of the world opened up before him. Graduates, you have been nurtured and protected within the walls of Beavercreek City Schools. You have been given roots, strong, deep roots in knowledge, character, and community. But you were not meant to stay grounded forever. You were born with wings. Some of you already know exactly how you want to soar. Others are still discovering the power of your wings. Either way is perfectly fine. What matters is that you understand this fundamental truth. You are capable of reaching heights you cannot yet imagine. There will be moments of fear when you first jump. There will be times you doubt whether your wings will hold you. Trust them. Trust yourself. The strength you need is already within you. Explore wildly. Climb mountains simply because they stand before you. Dive into oceans of knowledge. Build things. Break things. And rebuild them better. Fall in love with ideas, with causes, and with people. Make mistakes, glorious mistakes, and then learn from them. Class of 2025, as you leave here today, know that you carry with you not only your own dreams, but the love and hopes of those who raised you. You carry the lessons of teachers who believe in you, the influence of a principal who showed you what it means to lead with integrity. In the words of Zora Neale Hurston, there are years that ask questions and years that answer. May you have the courage to live through both kinds, embracing the uncertainty of the questions and the wisdom of the answers. Class of 2025, now is the time to spread those wings and fly. Class of 2025, congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Mr. Otten, and thank you for those kind words. They are appreciated. If any of my former teachers are in this arena right now, they're probably fact-checking the line about he studied in the classrooms you were in, because I was a daydreamer. I spent half my time lost, but I did get there. But thank you, Paul. We will continue a tradition we started at graduation several years ago. Each graduate is given a task to send a personalized invitation to the Beavercreek City Schools employee of their choice, their honored guest. They were given the following instructions. Your honored guest can be any teacher or staff member that you have had in the past or present that has made a difference in your life. This could be anyone from the bus driver who picked you up on the first day of kindergarten, an elementary teacher, a school counselor, a coach, an office assistant, or a principal who impacted your life and made showing up to school a little easier each day. That is someone you'd want to celebrate your graduation with. You are inviting them to attend your ceremony on May 17th, 2025 at 9 a.m. If you are one of those honored guests here today, please stand at this time so we can recognize the impact you've had on today's graduates. Thank you for everything you do. Audience members, in a few moments, we will begin handing out diplomas. Please understand the class of 2025 has done everything with class for each other throughout this school year. Today is about the class of 2025. So while we understand that each of you are excited to see your child called to the stage, we ask that you refrain from extended yelling, screaming, and use of noisemakers. When audience members decide to cheer and scream for extended periods, or use noisemakers when an individual's name is called, it takes away from the next individual and drives attention to you, rather than keeping the attention where it should be on this incredible group of young people before us. Please honor our students by allowing them to hear their own name called, and respect our kids as we hand them their diploma. When we conclude the presentation of diplomas and our students stand to turn their tassels, we will encourage you to join us in celebrating this achievement. We're getting there, I promise. Class of 2025, today you graduate and high school will be over. I want to take a moment to congratulate you personally for allowing me and the BHS staff to be a part of your story. Graduates, you have spent the last 17-ish years slowly pulling away from your parents, and that will continue. But put a finer point on Mr. Otten's message, you have an assignment. Tonight, tomorrow, I ask you to do this. Stop, collaborate, and listen. I only say that. A few nights ago, I was practicing this speech, and the line was, stop and indulge them. I thought, something's missing there. So anyway, I inserted Vanilla Ice into a graduation speech. There you go. Put that on my list of accomplishments. The line is, stop and indulge them. Allow them to take as many pictures as they want. Allow them to tell stories to everyone that you've heard a million times. Allow them to cry randomly just looking at you. Parenting is hard. You do not arrive in this world with an owner's manual. We had to figure each and every one of you out individually. Graduation means something different to everyone here this morning, but to a parent, seeing a significant chapter close and a new one begin for their child is a moment of great pride, excitement, balanced with a tinge of sadness, and this crazy thought, I wish I could do it all over again. Graduates, for yourself and friends, have the time of your life today. Days like graduation do not come around often, so celebrate them fully. I will miss you, I love you, and best of luck on the road ahead. Mr. Otten, members of the Beavercreek Board of Education, I present to you the class of 2025. They have successfully completed all the graduation requirements as set forth in the state of Ohio and the Beavercreek City School District. By the power vested in me as the principal of Beavercreek High School, I recommend that you accept these members of the class of 2025 as candidates for graduation. Will the first row please rise?
Noah Scott Wasgar.
Katie Anderson.
Lucy Kate Cutler.
Maggie Ann Clossy.
Sulman Zaman Khan.
Kara Lynn McDonald.
Aishani Sanjay Kumar Patel.
Abigail Jane McCarty.
Layla Natalie Stadler.
Marin Adelaide Sandness.
Dashel Triton Adams.
Olivia Janelle Alani Pearl Abdushahid Davis.
Mia Nui Kadwekase Aga.
Elise Nicole Abraham.
Catherine Ann Anderson.
Xander Augustus Ackerman.
Camden Keith Allen Anderson.
Sama Arafat Albaba.
Trinity Shanae Anderson.
Zoe Maybell Roll.
Ava Vale Aparicio.
Kelsey Brianne Allison.
Abdul Khaled Akrabawi.
Naif Saud Amadoji.
Adele Ali Akrabawi.
Eliana Altamariano Rodriguez.
Huda Khaled Akrabawi.
Orawan Ananawa.
Grayson Edward Arnold.
Christian John Jeffrey Sizemore.
Rebecca Catherine Dietz.
Layla Liana Ater.
Kirsten Danielle Anders.
Michael Allen Arbogast.
Alexandra Luz Ballant.
Landon Douglas Atwood.
Alejandra Easter Ballesteros.
Brianna Catherine Bador.
Audrey Claire Barber.
Brinley Lynn Bain.
Andrew Barla.
John Martin Baker.
Morgan Riley Barnes.
Josephine Renee Dempsey Baker.
Carly Ann Barnett.
Ashton Shane Barrett.
Presley Dawn Baxter.
Vieira Lee Barrett.
Dane Harrison Beal.
Joel Dabelis Basanias III.
Jordan Patrick Beatty.
Brianna Leigh Bissett.
Cameron Michael Belcher.
Jocelyn Adelheid Beck.
Carabella Dawn Banoski.
Aiden Davis Bendel.
Blake Butler Isaac Biesecker.
Gabrielle Elise Barita.
Eben John Biggers.
Madeline Elaine Berkey.
Alex Benjamin Bizarro.
Isaac Dean Bernard.
Olivia Jean Blackmore.
Carlisiana Emily Angela Berry.
Savannah Joe Blackmore.
Thomas Michael Carpenter.
Grace Brianna Bohm.
Taylor Renee Blair.
Mason Lee Bohm.
Madison Takori Blake.
Alexandria Bell Bolin.
Lamaya Renee Blanton.
Nala Bunil.
Audrey Elizabeth Bolin.
Reagan Leanne Bradshaw.
Kendra Lynn Bondurant.
Addison Douglas Bramini.
Sophia Marie Boraz.
Carson Andrew Braun.
Noah Spencer Bordas.
Ethan Michael Bright.
Vanessa Averill Boswell.
Shaylee Marie Brown.
Addison Bell Broker.
Kylie Danielle Brunel.
Donald Dale Brown.
Lucas Radu Berja.
Grace Marie Bryan.
Claire Elise Burnworth.
Alyssa Lauren Bryant.
Madison Raylan Burton.
Caleb Aaron Bryant.
Kaylee Jade Ann Butcher.
Vincent Stephen Bucher.
Leilani Grace Butler.
Keelan Terrell Berg.
Abigail May Campbell.
Emily Yvonne Bird.
Lucas Aiden Campbell.
Logan Matthew Kane.
Monica Carmen Campos.
David Ronald Calles.
Roxy Elizabeth Canton.
Aaron Joseph Callahan.
Anna Elizabeth Carlson.
Rebecca Jean Callaghan.
Saloni Chabe.
Lucas Joseph Carpenter.
Sirenata Malaya Chayankanan.
William James Carpenter.
Claire Noel Chaki.
Kaya Christine Caswell.
Carter Thomas Clay.
Anthony Edward Charles.
Mackenzie Addison Clegg.
Isabel Natalie Klein.
Wyatt Lyndon Klinger.
Natalie Elizabeth Coffey.
Sydney Ann Connell.
Nicholas Jaden Cologne.
Victoria Isabel Contreras.
Kyle Arthur Compton.
Aaliyah Michelle Cook.
Kate Ellis Confer.
Caden Thomas Cope.
Brody Forrest Conklin.
Logan Daniel Coplin.
Kane Alexander Coral.
McKenna Ann Crawford.
Kaylin Elise Cox.
Layla Mayumi Kapili Cruz.
Carissa Renee Cox.
Caleb Lee Culberston.
Hezekiah Nathaniel Cox.
Brooke Amber Curry.
Mackenzie Nicole Kramer.
Jacia Nevea Curry.
Nadia Sophia Castelcian.
Abigail Elizabeth Catuno.
Emily K. Savitkovich.
Addison Marie Defend.
Marissa Page Cyrus.
Chad Allen DeYoung.
Bernadette Mary Dahlstrom.
Colin Michael Dell.
Jack David Daly.
Logan Zion de los Santos.
Mai Seta Daniels.
Olivia Claire Dervidge.
Phoebe Hope Daskalos.
Alexia Jade Dorico.
Dalton Ray DeVete.
Lena Marie Dixon.
Jackson Kenneth Dewhurst.
Matthew Michael Dole.
Seth Mitchell Durker.
Hudson Scott Doyle.
Mark Richard Truman Diltz.
Claire Elise Dreyer.
Alyssa Ann Ty Din.
Cyan Shirley May Early.
Matthew James Dry.
Brock Troyer Eaton.
Madeline Rose Dole.
Michaela Joe Eccles.
Braden Russell Dunkel.
Caden Joshua Ellerby.
Case Christopher Edgington.
Eva Elizabeth Espinoza.
Caleb Michael Edmondson.
Larkin Marie Eisel.
Tristan Leanne Edwards.
Brianna Lee Farley.
Noah James Arrett.
Brianna Lee Benton.
Jacob Rees Faber.
Allison Jane Fisher.
Hannah K. Fall.
Olivia Lynn Layler.
Brian David Fife.
Micah Benjamin Folk.
Joel Edward Fife.
Jack Davis Fondren.
Faye Zelda Felton.
Mary Catherine Franz.
Bailey Elizabeth Ford.
Audrey Joe French.
Mikkel Lee Forrester.
Joseph Robert Frisk.
Bailey May Fouts.
Cooper Grant Galogly.
Lindsay Nicole Franklin.
Zachary David Galpin.
Matthew Paul France.
Emma Kathleen George.
Charlotte Wynn Gannon.
Christopher Ryan Gervais.
William Garrett Garrison.
Andrew Dallas Gerwig.
Kaylee Grace Gilpin.
Nathaniel James Gerwig.
Emily Rose Glaze.
Eunice Yusuf Galib.
Carter Nathan Gom.
Corinne Cecilia Gill.
Hector Ventura Gonzalez.
Samuel Sarah Gilly.
Jesus Fernando Gonzalez Morales.
Samantha Eileen Greeneisen.
Jonathan Nicholas Gordon.
Sophia Elise Grega.
Michael Thomas Gosney.
Noel Capri Greco.
Landon Zane Goss.
Miranda Grace Grojan.
Ava Renee Green.
Carter Wills Gronow.
Gregory Jeremy Green.
Audrey Jane Hammond.
Jonathan Giovanni Giuliano.
Connor Wade Hampton.
Tessa Rose Haas.
Pierce Jackson Hamrick.
Jacob Thomas Hagley.
Adam Jason Haney.
Dasha Marie Hall.
Abigail Bay Hand.
Mason Robertson Hamilton.
Kaylin Kendrick Miller Hassan.
Solomon Knight Hansen.
Virgilius Rye Hawes.
Parker Allen Hansen.
Alanda Michelle Hayes.
Richard Gavin Hardiker.
Preston Wayne Henderson.
Lucille Chloe Harmer.
Thomas Spencer Hendricks.
Braden Scott Harris.
Gabriel Logan Hendrickson.
Adeline Joanne Hartwig.
Chloe Rebecca Hill.
Brighton Parker Braden Henson.
Andrew Jacob Holland.
Kennedy Pearl Hicks.
Audrey Elizabeth Howe.
Bryce Evan Horton.
Rain Lee Hubble.
Nathan Christopher Hausneck.
Chloe Elizabeth Hewling.
Aiden Carl Davis Houston.
Amaya Dina Elaine Hunter.
Patrick Harutian Howard.
Nisha Patel Hunter.
Aiden O'Brien Howley.
Madeline Elizabeth Hughesby.
Morgan Danielle Hughesby.
Abigail Sue Johnson.
Brooke Marie Inlow.
Logan Terrence Johnston.
Federica Rosa Iovino.
Caden James Jones.
Travis Keith Jackson.
Zachary Isaiah Jones.
Isabella Josephine Jesmer.
Jonathan Bunrith Keem.
Adrian Camille Jordan Jr.
Alex Carter Kempf.
Rohan Himanshu Joshi.
Alexander Cole Kendall.
Nora Isabel Kalig.
Brianni Rayanne Kennedy.
Emerson Drew Kaiser.
Andrew Tyler Kettleson.
Simra Batul Kaleli.
Wyatt Daniel Key.
Duncan Tyner Kalmbach.
Kaylee Nicole Keys.
Morgan Mutsa Kambizi.
Mackenzie Lee Kirby.
Lauren Olivia Kashka.
Aiden Jeffrey Kirchner.
Al Hussein Khalifa Salim Kabrish.
Abigail Dawn Kerr.
Bailey Sue Kidwell.
Ethan Marvin Klenda.
Madison Lynn Killingsworth.
Selena Marie Knight.
Colin Michael King.
Jillian Grace Kokersberger.
Logan Alexander Custer.
Carson Richard Koenig.
Tanner Jacob Kremeyer.
Robert Reed Lake.
Matthew Curtis Lee Krieger.
Jared Shane Lakes.
Benjamin Boncio Koo.
Zachary Stephen Lawson.
Katie Lynn Kaharski.
Cheyenne Danielle Lynn Leach.
Trevor William Coons.
Tyler Lee Lightcap.
Madeline Rose Lacey.
Landon Brace Lyles.
Kaylee L'Oreal Levette.
Troy Christopher Liljeberg.
Caden William Leonard.
Chase Michael Lindenmuth.
Devin Charles Lester.
Ellie Renee Lindsay.
Ryan Thomas Lewandowski.
Aiden Mia Lingy.
Benjamin Rose Lewis.
Gavin Christopher Linkhart.
Jacob Aaron Lewis.
Ethan Liu.
Tristan Douglas Lewis.
Jordan Adam London.
Giovanni Ty Lupersong.
Connor Anthony Masick.
Addison Kaylee Lucas.
Maximus Xavier Madrid.
Dalen Jackson Lucas.
Evelyn Maitland.
Paige Elizabeth Lute.
Margaret Ann Malik.
Maya Abigail Luchins.
Mark Bradley Mangan.
Hayden Louise Lutz.
Cody David Mantia.
Rishi Reddy Menkala.
Mackenzie Elise McClurkin.
Mason Allen Males.
William Douglas McCombs.
Meadow Faye Marcotte.
Luke Arthur McCormick.
Callie Jane Martin.
Liam Edward McLean.
Jaden Riley Mason.
Milo James McQuaid.
Cooper Anthony Massey.
Liam Pierce Meddens.
Zachary Daniel Mays.
Heaven Christine Milby.
Grayson Tyler McCain.
Dylan Roy Miller.
Richard Douglas McDaniel.
Maya Lynn Miller.
Carson Bennett McGovern.
Peyton Nicole Miller.
Madeline Lee McIntyre.
Marcus William Moore.
Haley Sue McKenzie.
Presley Jet Moore.
Jared Christopher McKiernan.
Caitlin Marion Mormon.
Lillian Grace Miller.
Vincent Julian Moreno.
Marin Claire Miller.
Miles Anthony Morgan.
Zarek Michael Miller.
Samantha Amy Muha.
Kenley Lauren Minch.
Gavi Singh Multani.
Marcella Ray Meinhardt.
Nolan Michael Myers.
Andrew James Monroe.
Addison Nicole Knocklinger.
Brian Michael Moore.
Sharon Ade Nikwe.
Samuel David Morgan.
Cohen Clark Nelson.
Rebecca Elizabeth Morse.
Holland Joyce Newport.
Sophia Marie Mort.
Andy Tu Nguyen.
Jace Matthew Mullins.
Joseph Huang Nguyen.
Emma Isabel Nazario de la Torre.
Tyler Kim Nguyen.
Zyla Jade Nicely.
Elida Bell Orman.
Samuel Riley Noble.
Tanner Holden O'Neill.
Dylan Kataro Norng.
Elijah Mason Papalios.
Cecilia Renee Norton.
Ethan Mitchell Papalios.
Sydney Ray Newskin.
Brody Robert Parton.
Juliana Rianne O'Rourke.
Dante Marquise Pearson.
Zainab Rana Ozjan.
Xavier Marciano Perry.
Riley Ann Paddock.
Mallory Ann File.
Michael Ryan Page.
Zane Pyatt.
Jace Edward Pambrum.
Kaylin Ann Postlethwaite.
Bryson York Panstiggle.
Molly Ann Poston.
Cannon Brooklyn James Payne.
Case Marcus James Probasco.
Caitlin Elizabeth Peed.
Jacob Hayden Radford,
Dylan Scott Perry,
Sarah Ann Radloff,
Elaine Marie Prohl,
Trevin Anthony Reed,
Faith Marie Prauza,
Arabella Grace Renner,
Keaton Dwayne Prinz,
Madeline Grace Redder,
Dallin Craig Presbila,
Braden Riley Rich,
Aiden Michael Quinones,
Tyla Jade Richards,
Ariana Ramdot,
Natalie Grace Rickaball,
Riley John Rasmussen,
Anna Lou May Riddle,
Chloe Marissa Raiders,
Andrew Jack Riley,
Jackson Matthew Red,
Dylan Michael Robinson,
Nicholas Andrew Ritberger,
Kimberly Dawn Robinson,
Connor Logan Roberts,
Keegan James Ross,
Macy Ann Roberts,
Lucas Matthew Ross,
Kendra Libby Sue Robinette,
Isaac David Rowe,
Andrew Urban Robinson,
Brittany Elizabeth Segraves,
Austin Eugene Robinson,
Alan V. Seju,
Addison May Rodabaugh,
Simreen Kaur Sandhu,
Josiah Emmanuel Rodriguez,
Paxton William Satalia,
Owen Michael Rother,
Garrett Gregory Schaublin,
Kendall Page Rohr,
Kaylee Marissa Scheffler,
Kieran Mayel Sanchez,
Owen Thomas Schneider,
Audrey Marie Sanning,
Cameron Lee Shoup,
Landon McCade Sojourn,
Ella Marie Bunnett Schrader,
Samuel Michael Scott,
Stephen Michael Shepard,
Kaylee Nevea Sears,
Abigail Ann Shibu,
Nolan James Scott Sebald,
Taven Andrew Hammock,
Dalton Lee Seeker,
Sartaj Singh Sidhu,
Quentin Carl Sewell,
Brooklyn Riley Sigler,
Michaela Marie Shade,
Mia Gabrielle Silcott,
MJ Shaw,
Shepard Parley Simpson,
Douglas Gregory Sheldon,
Chanrakshi Singh,
Savannah Olivia Louise Sokowskis,
Manit Singh,
Nathaniel Christopher Slider,
Thor Jeffrey Sittler,
Adeline Joy Slinker,
Jackson Christopher Smith,
Alexander Michael Smith,
Malachi Joel Smith,
Braden Lee Smith,
Micah Daniel Smith,
Colin Richard Eugene Smith,
Justin Luke Smith,
James Patrick Smith III,
Isabella Rose Solis,
Sophie Elizabeth Smith,
Edwin George Stacy,
Elena Michelle Snyder,
Alexis Ranzel Stagner,
Grace Elena Soini,
Taylor Blaze Stanforth,
Logan Alexander Sparks,
Alyssa Megan Steen,
Olivia Mary Ellen Sparshot,
Sarah Grace Stetz,
Ethan Troy Spellman,
Kaylin Olivia Stevenson,
Hannah Marie Spurlock,
Derek Allen Stoughton,
Justin Howard Stevens,
Grant Thomas Stryker,
Nicholas James Suki,
Jonah Nathan Stuckey,
Nahmara Tahir Sularia,
Aiden Thomas Sturgeon,
Chance Allen Summerhill Hurley,
Olivia Rose Swindle,
Emily Elaine Sutton.
Henry Benjamin Taylor.
Katie Marie Sutton.
Zoe Annabelle Taylor.
Riley Madison Zeltzner.
Jacob Nye Turpinning.
Sydney Marie Tabor.
Justin James Turpinning.
Zayden Allen Taylor.
Vincent Van Ty.
Merrick Lynn Taylor.
Briley Stephen Thomas.
Morgan Elise Tegmeyer.
Lola Llewellyn Marie Thomas.
Brianna Elise Thompson.
Kaylin Elizabeth Thorpe.
Tresden Cole Thornton.
Christopher Andrew Torres.
Cassandra Arlene Tony.
Aiden Nicholas Underwood.
Natalie Emefa Torkernew.
Carson James Waldron.
John Brody Touche.
Elena Marie Walker.
Kayla Grace Trischler.
Eli Savoy Walker.
Charbel Afif Joaquim.
Matthew Ellis Walker.
Brooke Elizabeth Van Heulen.
Avery Edward Waller.
Kiera Ray Nohelani Naana Viquilea Robinson.
Drake Alexander Walling.
Malia Faith Wagstrom.
Liam Christopher Walsh.
Brooks Mason Waltrap.
Cassidy Claire Walter.
Andy Yi Wang.
Carter Daniel Walton.
Abigail Alexis Ward.
Callie Ryan Webb.
Peyton Michael Ward.
Peyton Reese Weekly Roberts.
Alice Ann Warner.
Marcus Robert Wenzel.
Jameson Delaney Warren.
Aiden Michael West.
Benjamin Donald Watson.
Isaiah Michael Anthony Williams.
Amori Nicole Watts.
Tiana Rita Williams.
Kaysen Aaron Watts.
Erica Antoinette Williamson.
Lena Mae Wesley.
Lillian Virginia Willman.
Hope Trinity Witt.
Anthony Douglas Wright.
Jared James Whitaker.
Ava Olivia Wright.
Chloe Elizabeth Wyckoff.
Kiera Margaret Wright.
Braden Allen Douglas Winhorst.
Lily Joy Diana Yancey.
Carson Connor Wisecup.
Presley Ann May Young.
Mason Wise Wolgast.
Mason William Yost.
Noah Christian Wolkwitz.
Stella Vianne Zeller.
Emily Catherine Woodard. Timothy Xiaojun Zhu.
Seniors, please stand at this time. Parents, loved ones, staff members, I present to you the graduates of the class of 2025 at Beavercreek High School. Graduates, at this time, turn your tassels.